Thank you, Hillary. Great to be exploring some creative ideas with tea this morning. Now, if you didn't notice, we have gone green today, and I know we're always green, but today is especially green because St. Paddy's Day is coming up this Sunday, and I know two guys who have been warming up their arms all week. My South African blessings, the boys from OverdriveTV, are here to introduce two hot new cars to us. Boys, good morning. Gents, what's with the water?
Good morning, Graham. Well, we're going to explain that in just a moment. So, after last week's Geneva Convention, or Geneva Auto Show, rather, we thought we'd bring you some cars that people actually buy.
Yes. Now, recently, Chiro, you went on a launch for another manufacturer where they had a 1-litre engine. Now, would you just explain to the public out there as to what a 1-litre engine actually means?
Yes, so we're going to start with this, and I'll explain what that 1 litre means in a moment. This is a Citroen DS3 VTI 82, and that 1 litre that you're referring to, Gav, that means that if you open up the engine and you poured water into the cylinders, you would get a litre in there, or about as much liquid as we're holding right here. That's where all the business happens, that's where all the explosions happen, and I don't need that anymore.
Now, underneath this bonnet is a massive 1.2-litre engine from in the new DS3. Now, look, looks-wise, with the French, they're not known for fence-sitting, so you're obviously either going to love this or really not like it at all.
I call these handbag cars because people tend to buy them for style over substance, but that's fine because that's basically why France exists. So if you're going to buy a stylish car, you have to go for French.
Exactly. Now, just to illustrate that point, look, if you look here, this is the key fob. Now, when you choose your car, you choose the color of your roof, and this will match exactly the color on your key.
That is so clever, because that means if you come out of Pick and Pay and there's 30 white Citroen DS3s in a row, you can, there's mine. That's why they've done
There it is, exactly.
Now, the thing is that there's this weird old radio.
Yes, I know. Now, for all of its style and chic and Frenchness, they've got this weird aftermarket-looking radio in there. The designer who made this car must have sleepless nights about that particular design flaw.
It's so out of place because the dashboard in here is so modern and sharp, and it even comes with a built-in perfume cartridge, so your car will always smell of dandelions or puppies or whatever you want, really.
Absolutely. Now, maybe we should talk about how it drives, Chiro, because we have been driving it.
We did drive it.
Now that we've got all of the style aspects out of the way. Now, what I love about these small little cars, especially with small engines, small compact things, a wheel on each corner, you can actually just explore them to the limit because you can get them to the limit quite quickly.
That's true, actually. Yeah. So, I mean, this little 1.2-litre 3-cylinder engine does an amazing job of convincing you that it's not a 1.2-litre 3-cylinder engine, and that's a very good thing. It's doing a very good job of that.
Absolutely.
And on paper, it's not actually that fast, but that's also a good thing because you'll get less speeding fines.
Yeah, completely. I mean, that 60 kilowatts in there really does feel like a lot more just because of its sheer size.
So much more.
Absolutely. These start at 199,000 Rand.
Exactly.
Which is not the cheapest exercise, but you are getting a lot of style for that money.
That's true. It is a very good handbag for your money. But the thing is, I don't know if I could live with the 1.2 knowing how good the 1.6 is, because it's the same engine that Peugeot Citroen developed for BMW, and they put it in the Mini as well.
Exactly.
It's a super little engine. So test drive both, but for economy, and this also has no green tax as well, which is really cool.
Which is a great perk.
199,000. But let's move on to this Hulk lurking behind me here.
I'm sure you might have noticed it.
Yes, I think maybe you spotted it. So have you been procreating a lot but still like the outdoors? Well, wow, we have a car for you.
Yes. Now, Alistair Ironside from General Motors South Africa is the marketing director. He said that we are going after the Toyota Fortuner. Those are fighting words from General Motors.
I think they have a worthy contender.
Yes, I do. And I think it does actually look a bit like a Fortuner. So, and
deliberately, I'd say.
Yes, probably deliberately. Now, I don't know, Chiro. I just think the Americans aren't getting that much better at making these sorts of four-wheel drives. They feel like they're kind of stuck in 2001. I don't know. It feels like a friend of mine's Hummer that I've driven recently, which is probably not a bad thing.
Hummer's fantastic off-road.
Yes.
I don't know. I quite like big cars because I'm not very big, so it makes me feel better about myself. And I mean, let me just show you how big this thing is. It's up to my chest at the bonnet. This is a massive car.
And even my elbow feels an uncomfortable angle.
That's like bar height for you, Gav.
Yes. Now, I must just say, I'm not sold particularly on the styling as much as you are, Chiro. You like the look of this, but I think I must irritate you no end because I'm quite old school. For me, the Chevy Blazer was always for like hip-hop groups. So they were a bit gangster. And this feels less Wu-Tang Clan and more I'm taking Justin Bieber to the exhaustion clinic.
I think you'll probably spend your life taking your kids and all their friends to a Justin Bieber concert, because you can get 7 in there. It's so big. You basically have 2 options in the back. You've either got a massive boot or you've got 7 seats, and a quite decent boot actually. But it is really, I can't tell you how big it feels in there, and there's so much cream leather. I had a moment yesterday, it felt like I was driving around my grand's lounge.
Not just the lounge suite.
No, not the lounge suite, the lounge.
The entire lounge. It is that big in there.
Yeah.
It's cavernous. And I mean, one other thing we must point out, the engine variants you get on this.
Yeah.
This is the 2.8 diesel, and you also get a 2.5 diesel. And of course, if you don't care about things like money, you get the 3.6 litre V6 as well.
Yes,
and
the petrol.
The petrol,
I think I
absolutely.
recommend having shares in a petroleum company. Actually.
For that, yes. Now, and they
that.
start at 364,000 Rand, which is a lot of value.
That's a lot of car. You're getting a lot of car for your money there. I quite like what they've done with this. I really do. And we must say, of course, that it is a full 4x4. You get low range in this as well. Yeah. So if you do need to conquer some dunes or a small mountain on the way to the Justin Bieber concert, this will do that as well.
All at the twist of a switch. Yeah, absolutely.
That's us, Graham. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much.
Oh, boys, man. 2 ships in the night. I always enjoy having my guys in studio, but that is awesome. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Have a fantastic St. Paddy's Day on Sunday. Of course, the lads from OverdriveTV, you can catch them on Twitter. That is their Twitter handle, OverdriveTV, and they'll be back next Friday. Right, we're going to be testing your general knowledge now. How Irish are you?
With a range of quality products guaranteed nationally, you will always find there's so much more to Midas.